1 second. Any second now. Alright, do I need to restart the page? I'm sorry. All day has just been nothing but bullshit for me. I've been trying to set this shit up for like the last 40 minutes and my green screen was just... It refused to work the way it should. Like, it was just solid green behind me for like the last 30 minutes of trying to set up. It's fucking ridiculous. I also made the mistake of wearing a blue shirt because apparently my camera also works with the color blue in the background, so I basically turned invisible. I wasn't going to wear that because it was in the process of me figuring out what am I supposed to do. Pro tip, when you're making a live stream and have a camera that has a Corona key and a green screen and stuff, you don't want to wear green. You shouldn't wear green. In fact, I'm pretty sure it might be my hair because my hair has a slight tint of yellow in it. I am naturally like a dirty blonde hair color, so it's like brown with some blonde in it, so I think it's counting that as some sort of green, so maybe it's my hair. I have a fucking camping lantern right in front of me. It's not that bright, it's kind of faded, so it's like a nice natural color that's not like hurting my eyes or anything, though I should turn it down one level, see if that does anything. Okay, we're good. Other than some TV glare, you guys won't really notice it. It's also a natural white color. Anyway, and I totally forgot what we did last episode, besides getting through the Hunter's Nightmare a tiny bit. I think we fought the Winter Lantern, my least favorite enemy in the game. And, did a decent amount of progression through the Hunter's Nightmare, so now we could finish the other half and fight Amygdala, I think that's its name, the boss of the area, which could be a tough fight, but honestly isn't that bad compared to other bosses we fought at this point. So if you guys are curious why I took so long, like, between videos, is because on October 4th, I thought it was going to be October 5th originally, but it turned out it was a day earlier, I went camping with my dad, and then we met up some other people with camping. Not really important for me to mention their names because it's just personal people we know, so no one famous. At least I don't think there is. Came back on Sunday, the following Sunday, which was, I believe, the 6th? The 6th? That word always gets me. And just for a few days, I hung out, just did really nothing, and then a friend came over and hung out, stayed over for a few days between the 8th and the 13th. I forget the date that he left specifically, but it's also not really that important compared to... Jesus Christ, you fucking tard! It's not really important. That's one reason why I didn't make any videos, and of course he got away, because this fucking idiot decided to be a jerk. Okay. That's another reason why I didn't make a video on Monday like I originally intended to. It's just... It's not a big deal at all. If he watches this video, the guy that stayed, it's not your problem, man. It was great seeing you, and I didn't mind you staying a few days more than I intended. Not intended, but like... not really wanted. Intended is probably a better word, but I think that's the same, technically the same meaning. Point is, I'm glad you stayed. I didn't mind you staying a few extra days. Yeah. I've been playing Link's Awakening, the new game on the Switch, the new remake. Really solid game. I do have to say a few things I have about it that I don't like is, one, you're going to need to grind up a lot of rupees throughout the game to get certain items, especially if you're doing the chamber missions, the chamber stuff, dungeon chamber stuff. Definitely important to get all those from the shop, which cost a lot of money, as well as the bow and arrow, and to get the item you traded for the boomerang back. You need to grind up for a lot of money, and until you unlock the raft minigame near the north of the animal village, you're not going to be able to grind up worth shit. I've learned that from experience. I'm lost a little bit personally in Bloodborne, of course. In terms of progression, I have one more of those chamber missions left to do, where you arrange a preset dungeon to get a reward from Drampa or Drampy or whatever the hell his name is. I think it's Drampy because Drampa is a Pokemon. Grant. So yeah, I have one more of those left. The reward for you get by doing the gold shovel missions, you get literally nothing, but I kind of want to do it for the sense of progression and completion. I mean, because I honestly had a great time doing them personally. I didn't hate them. If you do those, I do recommend doing the base 1 shovel, 2 shovel, and 3 shovel ones because you actually get legit rewards for those. But the gold shovel ones are just 100% optional. You do not need to do those whatsoever. Unless you want to get like 300 rupees for each one, which is a pretty solid reward, not gonna lie. Well, this is the way we have to go. I've been just dilly-dallying the whole fucking time. What other Nimbics? Oh, the bosses. Honestly, the bosses could be a lot more difficult. I wish the bosses were more difficult, guys. Like, unless if you fight them with weapons you're not supposed to fight them with, they go down really quickly, especially once you complete the color dungeon and unlock the ability to get the blue and red tunics, because the red tunic increases your damage ×2, and blue tunic halves your damage that you take. So, like, personally, I went with the blue tunic because I personally think defense is better than offense. So you could be a super hard-hitting monster or a really good tank. The reason why I wanted the blue one is because you do get an upgrade for the sword at some point, so it's not like there's not really a point to get the red tunic unless you want to do even more damage on top of the damage you're doing, which is cool, but I just feel like that would make an already easy game even easier. Like, enemies usually die within 2-3 hits, bosses usually die within a handful of hits. Honestly, it's not a huge deal. The dungeon layouts are really cool, though. I do love the dungeon layouts. I like the 8-directional movement in the game. Like, it brings me back to some of the older games I played, like Pokemon. So I don't really find that to be a problem, unlike a lot of people. I mean, actually, I'm pretty sure no one thoughts of that. I was about to say, I think a lot of people do hate that movement system, but I may have pulled that out of my butt. If you don't like the 8-directional movement system, you, sir, need to go back to playing Call of Duty or Fortnite or whatever the fuck you're into nowadays. I'm sorry, but, like, come on. It's not a big deal. Plus, in a game like Link's Awakening on the Switch, you only really need to move in 4 directions. Like, there's not really a reason why you get the other 4 directions, but it doesn't need to be a super open world adventure like Breath of the Wild. This is supposed to be more of a... I think they went for a game like this, the remake, because Link's Awakening is incredibly short. Are you fucking kidding me? Who threw that? You threw that? I'm gonna kick your butthole, bro. I just saw an episode of Amazing World of Gumball earlier. I usually just have Cartoon Network on because I watch Adult Swim when I'm going to bed. Just stupid chitter chatter in the background when I'm sleeping. Oh no, damn it, you know what it was? It wasn't Amazing World of Gumball, it was Teen Titans Go. It was just an episode that was on and I wasn't really paying attention to it, but I looked at the episode. It was, apparently Beast Boy was playing some game and like he died in the game, and what it said on the screen just kind of made me laugh. He was like, yeah, that's Dark Souls, alright. It said you are die. Just, it's... I love that meme. I'm gonna make that a meme. I mean, not make that, but... Whenever I die in Bloodborne, I'm gonna say you are die from now on. It's gonna get old real quick, but fuck it. You know, I don't watch Teen Titans Go. I think it's a pretty crappy show, but... It has some moments where I'm like, okay, that's actually pretty funny. Did I unlock this already? No, I did not. I just wasted like 10 to 12 minutes on shit. Almost 10 minutes, okay. Again, sorry about the green screen in the background being all fuzzy. Like, this is the best it's gonna get today. Dude, I'm gonna kick your fucking asshole into dirt. Don't see me. Okay. I like the weapons in Link's Awakening. They're pretty interesting. Well, not really interesting. They're pretty much the same stuff. Well, Link's Awakening is one of the first Zelda games. The original one was. It's like the third or fourth Zelda. No, it's the fourth Zelda game, I believe, because A Link to the Past is the third one. Link's Adventure is the second, and then Legend of Zelda, just as the name implies. Excuse me. And then The Legend of Zelda, the first game, is just called Legend of Zelda. It doesn't have any crazy catchy title like the newer games or future games. Which is cool. I like that. I mean, it was the start of the series, so I didn't really know what it was going to do with it. I do find it kind of cool how they went... When they did the first Zelda, it was just like 4 directions, side-scrolling adventure. Not side-scrolling, but like you just went to area and stuff. And then they tried changing things up in the second game, but no one really cared for that, so they went back to the formula from the first game, and up until Ocarina of Time, it pretty much stuck with that. I'm not really finished with it yet, though. I am currently at I just finished the Turtle Rock dungeon, and am now finishing up some side stuff before I head to Wind Pit. Turtle Rock is the 8th and... not the last dungeon, but the 8th dungeon where you get the final instrument. I'm just saying this right now. Get the Ocarina and Link's Awakening, because at some point you get the ability to warp wherever you want on the map. Not wherever you want, but there's like certain points on the map where you could warp to, but with the Ocarina, you can do that from anywhere instead of having to go to another warp point. Because without it, you would have to go to a warp point to warp to another warp point. I know that makes no sense, but it's weird. And if you're just tuning in, I'm talking about Link's Awakening on the Switch. Something kind of cool is I watched a little bit of a Let's Play, an older Let's Play from a YouTuber I like, Chug Conroy, where he played Link's Awakening DX on his 3DS, and something major I realized is the new Switch version has more heart containers as well as heart pieces, and well, it has more features, of course, but and it has more those shells, the seashells, which I thought was pretty interesting. I guess they did that because, well, the new dungeon feature. They kind of wanted to make things a little bit, longer. Alright, we need to go kill these guys before I get stoned to death again. So let's just get back to the game and not really talk about Link's Awakening for a little while. I'll talk about it. I'll probably talk about it more once I finish the game itself. I don't see why I should continue talking about it. It's been kind of a while. It's like 5 to 6 minutes. And these dudes are a pushover. You could just like push these guys off the cliff and they will die from the poison, so... Or you could do that, okay. Did that thing just like bounce up in the air? I need to get away from this dude. As he's having a complete tantrum. Dropping something? Yep. Okay. Oh, fast poison. Let me... I'm not dealing with that shit. Luckily, I think this is the last example of an enemy that can deal fast poison to you. No, I think something in the challenge dungeons can too, but I can't remember. Because I don't do any of the challenge dungeons besides the ones to get to the major boss in that section. That was a nice section of width right there. So, there's this cavern in there that has an item, but I don't remember how to get up there. I always forget how to get up there, no matter how... Like, I played this game literally like a few days before, or I finished playing this game a few days before I started Let's Playing it for the channel. My third playthrough? About my third playthrough. And I still forgot. So over there's another winter lantern. I'm gonna wait till the poison wears off so I could fully heal up and go for it. Because if it grabs me, I'm gonna die no matter what, so... Trying to figure out what strategy I should go with. Because if you have like a good strength weapon, strength weapons typically have more stagger potential than skill weapons. You could pretty much just grind right through it with a strong enough weapon with strength. But since I'm using skill, it's not going to do as much. I hate these things. Crabhead demons. Man, if this is what crab is, I want nothing to do with it. Alright, so we're going to take a lot of damage from the frenzy. I don't have any sedatives, so... If I'm not mistaken, that is the last one in this section. You're not dead? What? Okay. Oh, fuck yes. Blood chunk. I'm not missing out on that. If that thing fell off the cliff and I lost that, that would have pissed me off, man. That's happened to me before, too. I think that's just a shortcut. Maybe a pit of death. I can't remember. Man, that thing screamed loud. Okay. Oh, I was wrong. There's more. Of course there are. Why not? Wait, never mind. That was wrong. There isn't more. That's another one that's in like a cave area that we could go in now, but we already did that last episode, so. Oh my god, there is another one. Because, like usual, I forgot this section existed. Yeah, the Nightmare Frontier is one of the areas that I forget about a lot. I missed out on a Winter Nightmare. Small Beast, whatever you prefer. Not a big deal. I think these guys just drop regular shards anyway, and we could pretty much purchase those for pretty cheap now, so not very important. Bloodhunter's Mark, that's fantastic. I really hope my green screen ordeal stops doing this. Like, it's better than it was like an hour ago when I was trying to fix the damn thing. Through that kind of archway, if I could kind of get a better view. Through that archway right there, that's the boss area, so we're going to do that in a moment. But I do want to get the shortcut up this way, and whatever is in that cave. But let's go this way real quick so we can kill this thing. I was going to say it in a weird way, but it sounded like I was going to say it in a weird way, but let's back off, because this thing is freaking combo-womboing me. Yeah, and I could dodge that, but honestly, I just tough through it. It's not too much damage. Easily healable. And this unlocks the shortcut right back to basically the beginning of the level. It's a good thing to grab. I just like putting that up there so when I go back to 100's dream to spin all my blood echoes and stuff, I could save the time. What? That's odd. It like canceled out the blood vial right when I landed on the ground. Okay. Do I have a Molotov? Because burning these things will be... Honestly, I don't remember these things to be affected or take too much damage from fire, but we'll see. Good amount of damage, I'll do it. Plus, I'm about to head back down to train anyway, so I don't mind spinning a few. Jesus Christ! Can I breathe? That one blob of garbage? Okay.